Hello everyone, this is FX Addicts Weekly Review of Currencies, and today is April 13th, 2012, and this is Tim, the Currency Professor. Well, the week has been pretty much up and down and gone nowhere against most currencies, most crosses. This is the Euro-US dollar, and yes, I do have a lot of geometric designs here, but they actually have some meaning. We are consolidating. We have been consolidating now for almost 3 months, and we are starting to form what may be finally a pattern that could be tradable. Last week's breakdown of the euro against the dollar signaled a little bit of a turnaround, and now this week we've consolidated with an upward bias, and today we're kind of falling apart. We're down 107 pips right now, and we should finish up here shortly. So if we finish in this area, that is actually bearish, and we should have another couple of days where we sell off. The biggest issue here is this little trend line down here that I have, and it's more or less a trend line or a support area. And we can call this kind of a major support area, just because if we get below that, there really is no technical reason for us not to drop all the way down to about 126. There is really nothing else down here that could stop us. So depending on how we finish today, but we will probably finish in this area, and then comes Monday, where we're going to test this level again. So really the main level is right down at the lowest point, this load that was back in beginning of February, middle of February, about 129.70 area. So we close below this little trend line here, which is about 130.20, 130.22. If we close below that on Monday, then the next support is going to be that 129.70-ish area. And we close below that 129.70 area, then there really isn't much there, technically speaking. And if we look at this on the weeklies, we can see how last week we failed out of that the channel here. We ran up above it and then completely failed. Now this week we did try to make another stab at that channel line and failed now today. So we are going to close the week lower again, and the stochastic's pointed down now. So we're very vulnerable to a sell-off. In longer term, technically we could get down to this lower channel line, which is down around 120. So there's a lot of potential for a fairly large sell-off. And here now in the monthly, as we continue, we're seeing that we're pretty much in the same area that we were a week ago on the monthlies. So it really hasn't changed much. We're having a spike up here, a correction in a downward move, and this should continue then as the months continue on, and we could get down into this lower channel line, which is down around 113, 114. So British pound against the dollar, fairly similar kind of pattern. We have been consolidating also for the last almost 3 months. We had a sell-off last week, and then a rally this week that took us up a little bit more than what the euro experienced against the dollar. But just the same, the pound is down about 108 pips right now as we're coming into the close. Looks like it's probably going to close around that area. And this should continue then. We have two different support levels here. We have one here, that's an immediate support level, just about the 158 area, 157.90 area. So we close below that. There isn't much stopping us until we get down here, which is around the 156 to 156.50 area. So technically, we close down below the 158 area. Then the next stop is going to be this 156 area. And technically, we would say that it's probably got a very good shot at closing below the 157 level, and in the next week or two, quite possibly getting into that 156 area. Now we look at the weeklies and we can see that consolidation even more. But this is starting to form a little bit of a topping pattern there in the weeklies. And if we look at the monthlies, we can see how we're really starting to get that curvature going here in the technical patterns. That's going to turn us over and turn us back over to this trend line, which is now about 153.70 area. So that's on a little bit longer term basis, but we could get there fairly quick. We could get there this month or even next month. U.S. dollar against the Swiss franc enjoying a very nice day today. Again, dollar rallying, up 84 pips right now against the Swissy. And we are getting into an area here of resistance. In this area right up in here, we've been up in this area many times here and fallen back. We did pierce it this one time, only to come right back down. So here we are, we're consolidating, and we're building a nice base pattern is what's happening. And if we look at the weeklies, we can see how that base is really toning up. We fell back, had a nice correction, rallied up, fell back not quite as far, and now we're rallying back up again. Stochastics look very positive. Pattern looks very positive. We look here at the monthlies, and we can see how this spike low here really is the determining factor. That's a real bottom. And then we rallied up, we've fallen back now, we've had a correction, so the next move then will be up to this this upper channel line, and that's about 103.50 area now. So we're looking forward to rally up to that point and eventually breaching that. This is a 10-year downward move, and the spike low here, that can be considered then a true bottom as we break up above the upper channel line here. So longer term looks very, very positive there, and looking to sort of any type of buy opportunity we can there. U.S. dollar against the Japanese yen, fairly similar to the Swiss franc, showing a lot of strength, dollar against the yen. The last couple of weeks now, last few weeks, we've experienced a pretty good correction. We're down not quite 50%, about 40%. 50% would actually take us down to about 80 even. So we could sell off again here another day or two and get down to that 80 level, base around in here for maybe a couple of weeks, and then rally back up. Now today we're up a whole 9 pips, just under 81 even. And if we look at the weeklies, we can see how we've now dropped. This will be the 3rd week out of the last 4 that we've fallen back after quite the run up and piercing this this trend line that was about 4-year-old trend line. And so now we're falling back, nice little correction. We get back to that 50% level around 80, 50, and we settle in here for a week or two, really set itself up for another climb up to new highs well above this, probably up to about the 90 area would be the next move for it to take. And on a monthly basis, we are down for the month. We're pretty much even, almost exactly with last month's range, open and close, only in the opposite direction. So overall, though, still looks very good. We did pierce that downward trend line, did it very well, very decisively. So now that we're having a little bit of a correction here, the next long-term move will be much higher. Euro Swiss, kind of the same situation here where we have a long-term trend line. Today we're enjoying a little bit of a rally, up about 12 pips. And for the week we are up a little bit. There's still a lot of talk of intervention here. And if we look on the weeklies, because of the wide ranges here, everything gets very small. But we can see this this long-term trend line also hanging out in here. This going back now 3 years, and we're right on it on the weekly basis. And if we look at CARES back at the dailies, we're very close to it. It's about 120.41 right now. So we don't have very far in which we could go and really pierce that. So maybe next week we'll pierce that and close well above it, and that will start then a new upward trend for the Euro Swiss. Euro Yen falling back again today. We fell back the last couple of weeks. We've had a pretty good decline here now, and it looks like we're probably starting to form a base here. This is in the 105 area. We're down again today. We're down, let's see where we're down 77 pips right now, and we're starting to seem to form a base here. And if we look at the longer term, form a little bit of a base here, and then probably another stab up to the highs, and maybe even exceeding those highs, just to form out the complete pattern here. If we look at the monthlies, we can see really we should have went up to about this 112, 113 area on a monthly basis, and that would be a nice correction. Now, overall, this was a lot of damage back here. We're certainly in a downtrend longer term. Expect that downtrend to continue, but we are having a very nice correction here in the meantime, and get up to this trend line here, this upper channel line of about 112, 113, and then we could sell off again over a several month period and maybe get down into the lower 90s area. That is it for this week. Certainly stop by FX Addicts. Feel free to contact me. I'm around all the time, and you're more than welcome to check out our 7-day free trial, or just contact me by email. That's fine too. We have a chat room. We have live trading going on. Anything that you'd like to see or talk about, I'm there to help. So feel free to stop on by. Thanks. Bye.